What's going on? What's going on? If you're watching on replay, go ahead, skip to the 2-minute mark. That's where the video is starting. I'm gonna let some people get up in here first. Should we start in like 30 seconds? All right. Today I'm gonna just mix it up. It's a couple things I want to talk about. A couple videos and shit that I seen. This first one, first of all, if you're watching, thanks for watching. Leave a comment down below. Let me know where you're watching from. If you've been rocking with me on for the first 38 days, I really appreciate you. Today's day 38. It seemed like I've done a lot, but really I'm only a little over a tenth of the way through the year. You know what I mean? Not even a tenth. Excuse me, 10% of the year. So it's I got a while to go. But either way, I'm gonna get into this video because this thing was kind of disturbing. It was kind of sad too at the same time. All right. Let me play this video real quick.
Top of Michigan. Don't worry about it. 38-year-old Denise Williams and her 6-year-old daughter Aaliyah went to Walmart to buy a TV. As they're leaving, the receipt flies out of Denise's bag. She doesn't realize it till she gets to the door. Trevor, the Walmart employee, stopped her, asked for proof of purchase. She realized it was missing. She flags down the cashier that had just processed the transaction. Cashier confirms it, but he is insisting that she cannot leave without a receipt. She's frustrated and determined not to cause a scene. Denise proceeded to her car and waved down a man in the parking lot to ask for help to load the TV into her car. As they're doing that, Officer Lindsay Carter pulls up. She has a reputation of being overly zealous. She exited the vehicle with her hand already resting on the holster gun. Trevor called the police, claiming that she had stolen the TV and assaulted him on her way out. Officer Carter immediately confronted Denise, accusing her of theft and demanding that she put her hands behind her back. Denise, caught off guard, tried to explain that she had already paid for the TV and confirmed it with the cashier, but Carter's tone grew increasingly aggressive. When Denise hesitated to comply with being handcuffed, pleading that she'd done nothing wrong, Officer Carter grabbed Denise by the arm, struck her in the ribs, and forced her to the ground, placing her in a chokehold as Denise gasped for air. Aaliyah, still seated in the SUV, watched in horror as her mother struggled. Panicking, she remembered the firearm her mother kept in the glove compartment for protection, a weapon Denise had taught her to handle safely. Acting out of fear and desperation, Aaliyah retrieved the gun, stepped out of the SUV, pointed it at Officer Carter, screaming for her to stop. When Carter turned toward Aaliyah and appeared to reach for her own weapon, Aaliyah fired a single precise shot, striking the officer in the eye. Carter collapsed to the ground dead. Aaliyah immediately dropped the gun and rushed to her mother's side, sobbing and begging for her to wake up. As Denise is regaining consciousness, more officers are arriving on the scene. They are both taken into custody, but after thorough investigation, they were cleared of any wrongdoing. They also watched the footage of her buying the TV. And Aaliyah is basically deemed a hero, is justifiable as she acted in defense of her mother's life.
All right. So right there, let me blow me up a little bit. Right there, so it was a 6-year-old girl that killed the officer. Oh, damn. I hope I don't get flagged for that, because I done got flagged for a couple things already. YouTube is kind of sensitive. But yeah, a 6-year-old bodied the officer pretty much in defense of her mom. And I'm like, whose fault would you say it is? Mainly, everybody got some blame in it for the most part. Not the little girl; she was just defending her mom. But the she bought a TV, and the person at the register, Trevor is his name. He confirmed that she had bought the TV, but said she needed she couldn't leave without a receipt. Why? If you already confirmed and she don't have the receipt, who cares? Like, just let her leave. But what made her just bounce? You know what I'm saying? Anyways, is it because of that? But she could have possibly waited and just said, you know what, let me just get the receipt. I mean, why not get the receipt anyways, right? But it wasn't really, it was good, Simon. It wasn't really that important for her to get the receipt, because the cashier had already confirmed it. So for him to now make a big deal, it was pointless. But I would love to see the actual footage, because I'm sure the way this person painted it in here wasn't how it was painted out there. Maybe she got a little bit more aggressive. But the dude Trevor claimed that she assaulted him and everything like that, which I don't know if it's true or not. But all could have been avoided if he'd have just said, yeah, she bought the TV, and just let it go. So now the overzealous cop comes out and, takes the lady down, and the daughter, did what she was taught to do, which is, hey, look, protect yourself and the family at all times. I'm glad that no one got charged or convicted. You know what I'm saying? They end up finding out that she did no wrongdoing, because really, I thought they was going to try to charge the mom, because obviously they're not going to charge the kid. It's a 6-year-old kid. But I thought they was going to try to charge the mom. But in this case, people are in the comments are saying, like, Trevor should have got arrested. But under what charges? People just be saying shit out their ass. Trevor should be fired because he caused a commotion, but for him to get arrested, what would he get arrested for? It's stupid. Like, yeah, you could not like him. You could think he was fucked up in his situation, which I'm sure we all could agree on. But just to be saying random dumb shit like, oh, he should be fired. But the cashier can print another receipt. The cashier shouldn't even have to print another receipt once he confirmed that she did buy the TV. You know what I mean? Then they should have just let her go. Somebody said, man, I can't clap hard enough. Great parents. And yeah, little mama, she done nothing wrong. Now, here's the thing. The other thing, everybody applauding this, but this little girl got to live with the fact she also took a life. You know what I'm saying? So it's not as cool as everybody want to make it seem. She might have nightmares about that. You know what I mean? So I feel bad for the little girl. I mean, yeah, she did what she had to do, but trust me, that's not going to be easy for her to live with. Taking a life ain't easy, right? So that little girl, she going to come to the conclusion later and realize what she did, not at 6, but maybe at 16. Who knows what age, but it's going to hit her. You know what I mean? RP to the officer and my condolences, her family, but no one is above the law. No one should have to die over a fucking TV. Yeah. I mean, the cop was, doing what cops be doing out here sometimes. So sometimes it comes back to bite them in the ass. Unfortunately, someone end up losing their life because of it. The police need to learn to handle these situations. Police are in need of way more training, priority to hitting the streets. Yes, so that's true. I spoke to an officer that I was cool with from when I used to be a behavior counselor, and he wanted to have a sit down talk. This is right during the Colin Kaepernick thing, when that was going on, and me and him just talked, and he was saying how much training is needed. Like, these officers are just not getting trained. Some of them are scared to death. You know what I mean? That's why they just pull out immediately. And this is another officer saying it. He was like, it's bad. He was like, and it's hard for them to get fired. Like, it's hard to fire them. He was like, if I had it my way, I would fire a lot of them. But it's so hard for these police once they get on to get fired. So, we kind of doomed when it comes to the police because they don't have enough training. A lot of them are scared. A lot of them have been bullied. You know what I mean? When they was younger. Hold up. Trevor can get arrested for the murder and for the false report. But it wasn't a false report because I don't think he called the police. That's the only thing. He did lie, I guess, and say that she assaulted him. But I don't know if he called the police. The girl and her mom have to deal with that trauma. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's true. But yeah, the police officers, they just don't have the proper training. And a lot of them scared. You need to check. They need to do better background checks. You know what I mean? If you was a punk in school and you was getting bullied in school, you don't need to be a police officer, straight up. Because a lot of them is just going to abuse that power. A lot of them already scared. Find out if they can fight. I feel like all police officers, as part of the recruitment, you need to get in some fights. We about to make you fight. Just you just fighting. Maybe not in the street, but like, we're gonna put you in a ring and you're just gonna fight. Because a lot of them scared to get in a fight. They scared to get hit. So the first thing they do is pull out a gun. They have no training. They're soft. They was bullied when they was young. And now they want to be officers. Is no, you don't need that. But then you don't also need the person who just rages all the time and just ready to fight any and everybody, because you have that too. So, but it just needs to be better training overall. These are people that's supposed to be protecting everyone, and they can't do so because they scared, essentially. Yeah, he said she assaulted him after, though. It was crazy because he said that after. So, but I still don't think he could be charged for anything. So, let me see what else. Safety is not in the hands of the Walmart employee. That's why I guess they were supposed to put they called the police, and safety is not in the hands of the frustrated civilian. They need more training and critical thinking skills in diffusing situations. The police officer did not listen to both sides, did not listen at all, just jump right in with violence. More training and thinking and remaining calm. Oh, somebody said it was a satire site. It was to make a point. People actually saying lock up the daughter is wild. Who's saying lock up the daughter? I don't know. But I'm gonna get to the next video.
What you're considering is overtime.
Well, support is based on income from which support could be paid. It doesn't differentiate or say that.
Well, I'll tell him to quit working overtime. I mean, he's spending he's working overtime so he can afford something. Overtime is optional. If he wants to spend his time working instead of sitting in a bar spending money, why should that matter?
I'm just saying that the support formula doesn't exclude specifically overtime pay.
I understand.
All income from which support could be paid, all available income to both parties. And
so you want him working, because he literally almost doubles his income on overtime and the bonus, which is a reimbursement of his medical for the children. What you're considering is overtime.
Hold up.
Well, support is based on income.
So this is crazy. So the dude started working overtime, and now they're trying to pretty much almost double his his child support payment. This is wild because and I don't know if it was the mother who's doing it or if it's just the state. Either one is fucked up for different reasons. If it's the mother, it's like, come on, yo, he can't enjoy anything. This dude is working overtime so he can have money, so he can spend on himself, so he can enjoy his life, so he can save for the future and all of these different things. He's already working overtime. You know what I mean? And you're trying to take away from that, like work it overtime, not his regular money, but overtime money. That's insane to me. And then but that's if it was her. It might not have been her, right? Who knows? I don't know how child support works fully because I'm not on child support, right? So I don't know if it was one of those things where like the state does reviews. For those who are on child support and know anything about child support, put in the comments. Do states do reviews over your income, or is it they only checking out your income when the other parent says I need more money, you know? So, but if it's the state, so that's why I'm speaking on both ends because I'm not sure. But if it's the state, that's insane. And this is why it sucks, because in one instance, I do understand why some people put people on child support, because some people just refuse to do anything. And without child support, they won't do anything. But that's not always the case, right? So if it's the state, hold on, he said it has to be the mother because the state won't know without it being reported. Okay, yeah. So it was the mother. But that's crazy. So I ain't even gonna speak on the state thing. That's crazy. So she just don't want that man to have any life at all. And you know what it probably was, right? It probably was a time where she might have asked him, can you watch the child, right? Whatever said child. And he probably was like, I'm working overtime. And then she's like, oh, you're working all this overtime, blah, 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 blah. And then she said, you know what? I'm gonna stick on where it hurts. But this is what I was talking about when I was referring to what is one of my old videos when I said, yo, at the end of the day, if you share a child with someone, right, you should still kind of, even if they did you dirty, right, you should still kind of want some of their well-being. Like you should care for their well-being somewhat. You don't have to go out of your way, but you don't have to go out of your way to also make it harder for them neither. You know what I mean? You don't have to do things to make it better, but to do things to make it harder, what are you getting out of that? You're hurting your child, whether you know it or not. People don't pay attention. They just so quick to say, oh, I want to be petty and get back at the other parent, the ex, not realizing that you are also making your child suffer. It says, once the order is in place, the state just enforces it. The mother has to ask for a modification based off her knowledge. So yeah, hey ma. But so it's just crazy that, for you to feel like you want to stick it to your ex and put them on child support and continue to take as much money as possible so they can enjoy their life. So if he or she works overtime, now you're trying to get more and more and more. What is the purpose? Hurting your ex hurts your child. Stop people who do this. If you are watching or you know somebody that's like this or whatever, stop being so emotional and trying to take it out on your ex because y'all didn't work out. It's not helping the child. How so? I will explain. So, one, if you are, let's say that the child, let's say if you celebrate Christmas, right? I don't celebrate it, but you celebrate Christmas and the father or the mother wants to get something for the child, and the child is looking forward to that, right? Granted, you are getting money and they could get it, but coming from the other parent also feels good. It makes your child feel good. Now, this person can't afford to buy a Christmas gift or a birthday gift, or, if the other parent, the parent that's on child support, decides they want to go on vacation with their child or do something special with their child, now they can't afford it because you're just draining them of all the extra income that they have. So now they're not building a relationship with that other parent. And if you don't have a relationship with the other parent, you will, let me blow this up, my fault, because I keep looking down. All right, if you don't have a relationship with the other parent, it will hurt the child. It's no getting around that. A child needs a relationship with both parents. I mean, the best kids are going to be kids that come from 2-parent households. But if for some reason the kids, if the parents split, they still need to have a healthy relationship with both parents. And if you are doing anything to impede that, you are hurting your child. You think that you're hurting the other parent, which you are in a sense, but you are hurting your child more than anything. It don't matter what they did to you. It doesn't matter. You got to let that shit go. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter what they did to you. Only thing that matters is what is best for the child. And just stripping them of all resources so they can't do anything with their child. So now he gets his child on the weekend, or she, right? In this situation, it's a guy, so we're just going to speak on the situation. He gets his child on the weekend, and now he can't do anything. So they just got to sit in the house because he broke. And some people say, well, he need to go make more money. That's what he was doing. He was working overtime. And then she said, I need more money now since you're working overtime. So it went from $1,000 to $1,800 for those who just tuning in, because I see a few people tuning in. But that's insane. You know what I mean? So as I said before, you are stripping the child of that relationship, of building any type of memories, right? Because that's all we have. All we have is memories. You have the present and the memory of it. Everything in the future is what you hoping is going to happen, but it doesn't mean it's going to happen. So you have the present and then a memory of it. And all we try to do is build memories. And the memories you have with your parents, both parents, is what you hold on to, is what gets you by when you get older. It's what you use to become good parents for your kids when you end up having kids. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I remember doing this with my dad or my mom. I want to do this with my kids. And that's how you build traditions as well, right? But she's stripping him of everything. And that's insane. And then the lawyer is trying to plead for the case, but the court don't care, because they like, yo, the more money that we take from him, the more the court gonna get, if I'm not mistaken. So, it's just crazy. The mom, that's insane. That's insane. And I don't know what he could do. I don't know if he'd be able to fight for full custody and win. I don't know. What's the answer there? But he's gonna have to figure out a way to. He's gonna have to start an LLC, and somehow when he's getting money and stuff, and just separate stuff. Get a trust. He's gonna have to find a way to separate stuff that she cannot touch, that she can't see. I know it's a lot. That's a lot of work to have to do when all you have to do is just be another reasonable parent, co-parent correctly. Stop hurting your kids. And a lot of times it's the guy that's on child support. So this is really being spoken to the ladies, yo. Stop being vindictive, yo. Stop being petty and feeling like, yo, I'm gonna stick it to him. I don't care if he cheated on you. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. You could be mad. You know what I mean? You could be an asshole to him when he call you, whatever. But doing all that extra shit, the stripping him of money that he barely has, you're hurting your child. Because now your child is not going to have memories. And then if your child is like, I don't want to go spend time with daddy because it's boring over there, you thinking, yeah, my kid loved me more and all of this bullshit, right? But in turn, you are hurting your child, because it takes two. It takes both parents. And if that father is a good father, then you need to let him be a good father. And fathers are way more vital anyways when it comes to the success of the kid. There's no arguing that. I don't care how many women are actually single mothers. The father is more valuable because a father establishes authority and discipline. Unlike a woman is nurturing, but the father established discipline. As a matter of fact, there's a study that says, I got to find a video, but kids are, and I don't know how they even quantified this, but kids are 800%, their behavior is 800% worse when their mothers come around. I don't know how they quantify that, because like, how do you determine what is bad behavior and put a number to it? You know what I'm saying? But either way, when moms come around, then kids tend to act up a little bit more, right? When dads come around, that shit is, there's another compilation of videos that I've seen, and I can find all these things. I just got to go back and look, where it was a whole bunch of videos where moms were saying, don't do this, don't do this. Hey, stop, blah, blah, blah. Kids won't listen, whining, talking back. Dad hit them with the, hey, kids stop immediately. You know what I mean? So dads are important. Ladies, stop trying to take away, you know, that relationship. Dads are important. If you want to be mad at him and really being petty, it's just not good anyways. It's too energy consuming at the end of the day. Because it's that whole notion of you're still mad and you're being mad and you're not forgiving the person, right? Which means they have control of you. So when every time you're being petty to that man, you're consciously thinking about, I got to do something to get back at him for whatever, which means you still have that anger inside you, which means you're going to continue to attract that. And it's just not healthy. You're going to keep reliving the moments and what he has done to you. And this goes both ways. It's just the fact that more times than not, the mother has custody and she's putting the father on child support, but it can go both ways. But being petty to the other parent is just corny. You know what I'm saying? I don't subscribe to that. I think that's something that you got to just get over. You got to grow. If you're still being petty towards the other parent, you got to look deep down inside and say, damn, am I a mature adult? You probably shouldn't be a parent. You need to give the child up because you're teaching your child your petty ways. You feel what I'm saying? That's today's mom. When I was growing up, my mother spoke, we listened. Yeah. But still, it still wouldn't hit like a dominant man, because sometimes as men that's not dominant, right? But a dominant man, authority is, you know, it's just different. It's always going to be different. So yeah, my kids, they fear their mom too, but they don't fear their mom as much as they fear me. She can, they might want to negotiate a little bit more. She might not negotiate, but you know, when I say something, it's going to change. You know what I mean? Especially once I get real riled up. But yeah, stop being petty, people. It's not healthy. It's not healthy for your child. Let me check something real quick. All right, cool. Go to this next video. This probably be the last one. All right, which one is it? Okay, this person right here, because we've seen these other ones.
Is it just me, or you be talking to somebody or even dating somebody, right? And be so in love, like just love this motherfucker. See absolutely no wrong in them, just love them. Then one day you're just like, I don't like you no more. We could be having a good day. And I just be like, I don't like you no more. I don't like the person you are. I don't like the way you move. I don't like the way you think. I just don't like you. So I want to leave. Just like that. Like, I want to go. I don't want to talk anymore. Is that just me? Is it just me, or you be talking to somebody or even dating somebody, right? And be so in love, like just love this motherfucker. See absolutely no wrong in them, just love them. Then one day you're just like, I don't like you no more. We could be having a good day. And I just be like, I don't like you no more. I don't like the person you are. I don't like the way you move. I don't like the way you think. I just don't like you.
Women often ask why men don't want to be married. Amongst many reasons, this is one of them. I have conversations sometimes with women, and they try to always act like, oh, what women you see, and I don't see these type of women. One day I'm gonna put together a compilation of just all videos of this type of shit. This is crazy. You know what I mean? This is crazy. But this is what men are dealing with now. Like I'm at a loss for words. This is what men are dealing with now. Everything is all good. We all lovey-dovey, and then one day you wake up and you're like, I don't like you anymore. So this dude invested in you and all of this stuff, you know, got in a relationship with you, and now all of a sudden you just don't like me anymore. And then women wonder why men just be looking sometimes just for sex. It's stuff like this. Why they don't want to commit. It's stuff like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is crazy. This is crazy to me. Let's read some of the comments. And you wonder why 76% of them are single mothers. That's why her past matters. Exactly why her past matters. Check the Carfax. Let me see what the comment said. It's the whole facts. I came to say this. I hate when it does that. They be having so much dicks on their mind. What is the cause of that? If you're in the comments, right? Because it's somebody. The thing is, when you have these conversations, you'll always hear one person say, I'm not like that. But I know somebody that I could think of right now that will say they're not like that. But when I spoke to them about their past, they was like, yo, I just wasn't into the person. You know what I'm saying? Like, they was good to me and all that shit, and I wasn't into the person that much. You know what I mean? So eventually it was done. But in this situation, she's acting like, yo, they was all in love, and then next thing you know, she's done. And then don't blame it on the oh, she young. Nope. I don't want to hear none of that shit. Because there'll be older women doing the same thing. But to answer her question, no, it's not just her. Majority of women are like this. I want to see what the women are saying. Hold on. Let me see what the women say. The fact that men do not understand, refuse to comprehend, this is a red flag on its own. Ladies, they are so egotistical that they can't understand that they may have a personality that just isn't likable. So for those who listening, you see how this person said they might just have a personality that's just not likable. This girl clearly said in the beginning that she was all in love and shit like that. And then one day she just like, I don't like you anymore. So clearly he had a personality that was likable. But why is the defense of this girl, it has nothing to do with what she said? Like, that doesn't make no sense. Let me play this video one more time.
So I want to leave. Just like that. Like, I want to go. I don't want to talk anymore. Is that just me?
I ain't tripping.
Is it just me, or you be talking to somebody or even dating somebody, right? And be so in love, like just love this motherfucker.
So in love and just love this motherfucker. Now, how did this GA_, so Gabrielle, pretty much, listen to that video and how she comprehended it? She spun it in her head like, yeah, this is not what guys just don't have good personality. Like, yo, listen to what the girl said. Don't put no extra spin on it. This girl said, you be in love with this motherfucker. And then all of a sudden, one day you wake up and you're not. But her thing was the fact that men do not understand or comprehend. This is a red flag on its own. Ladies, they are so egotistical that they can't understand that they may have a personality that's just not likable, pretty much. What? How did she get that from this video? I'm gonna finish reading this nonsense though. I have heard men say something similar about guys. What? I have heard men say something similar about guys. Men understand, but the moment you say it, these males act as if they don't understand how a woman cannot like a guy. Males know and understand when they aren't popular amongst women. This lady is just rambling on about, man. These are the men who begin with a representative. They hide their truths, and okay, now she's switching it up, and those truths start to slip. Women aren't likely to be fickle in love. You just turned her off. We aren't happy that the connection didn't work out. It actually sucks. We are disappointed. We usually want to be the one. Now, this girl in the video says nothing about that. She's not talking about how all of a sudden the guy switches up and now I don't like him. She's just saying how one day she's all in love. She loved this motherfucker. And then she just like, you know what? I don't like you anymore. But this is the problem that we have. You will hear, hear this type of stuff, they'll spin it in their head and then they're going to spit it out how they interpret it, even though it's very clear what she's saying. How come I can understand what this girl's saying, but this lady cannot? It's crazy to me. Let me see if y'all comment because I can't see both. Okay. What it says, we are disappointed. We usually want to be the one. Of course, this also happens in males actually more often. Okay, now it happens with us more often, but it happens to women, and now it is somehow unacceptable. Also, please stop this narrative of women caring that men do not want to marry. You aren't marriage material. The fact that this video is bothersome is proof of that. Nah, this woman is crazy. I gotta see what some of these comments in return to her say. We understand, but understanding something doesn't mean you have to like it or do it or put up with it. That's why we don't want to get married, because women change with their emotions. I can understand how men refuse to marry because a woman's feelings change based off his actions and behaviors. Sure. Always the men. It's always the men. Males are emotionally irrational and egotistical. How from this video is she coming up with these conclusions? Male emotions manifest into unhealthy behaviors. That is true. That I will agree with. Male emotions manifest into unhealthy behaviors, but most people's emotions manifest into unhealthy behaviors. It's just they look different. Ours become more violent, right? For males, male emotion manifests as danger. 140 emotional men killed 140 women every day last year. I don't know how true that stat is, but whatever. Do you think women's actions don't affect anyone? Like, women are the #1 child abusers, and 50% of those kids are males. People who move like this aren't mature, plain and simple. Most people are in love with the honeymoon phase of the relationship. Relationships take work, and most people aren't developed enough to make it past the phase. Yes, which I spoke on before. That honeymoon phase, when it fades away, now what? Now what? You got to be an adult. The honeymoon phase is not the relationship. It's not going to last. There's no high in the world that you're just going to be high forever. It does not happen. If you was to smoke something, you're not going to be high forever. If you drink, you're not going to be drunk forever. There's no high that lasts forever. Even being in love, it does not last forever. What to say? You shouldn't want men to get married or have anything to do with women if we're all like that. This is crazy. This is crazy. But either way, it is what it is, right? There is a lot of this going on. For y'all that made it this far, is no denying. You cannot, there's no way you could explain what this girl is saying and the girl Gabrielle, what she's trying to relay. She made it something that is not. This girl's clearly saying, the one in the video saying, I just get tired of him out of nowhere, right? She's smiling about it. She ain't say that, oh, the guy changes up his behavior, none of that. She just gets tired of him. And then this girl defends her by making up something else. The guy's behaviors change and that we egotistical and all of this extra bullshit. This is why I make these videos, because if not, I cannot stand foolishness. I just can't. So that's like one of my biggest problems, is that I hate hearing stupidity. You know what I mean? Stupid ass logic and shit like that. It just grinds my gears. It pisses me off. You know what I mean? Like, it really pisses me off. And that's one of the things I'm trying to learn in 2025, which is to not even acknowledge it or deal with it. Or go back and forth with it. But making these type of videos is therapeutic. That's why I feel like I got to do it anyways, because it's just therapeutic for me. You know what I mean? I could get shit off my chest. And hopefully somebody will learn from it, because that is insane. And if you hear this video and you're not one of these type of women, but you hear a woman talking like that, it is your job as a woman to check the other woman. You don't have to do it in a public space so that she could be like, oh, you a pick me shit, because the first thing they want to say is you're a pick-me-shit because they think you looking for validation from men. But if you do it in a private setting, there is no other men. You feel what I'm saying? So if you were at work and you hear some of your coworkers that you cool with, you hear one of your coworkers talking reckless like this lady is talking in this video, there's no men around, check her. Check her. You're doing good for society. Why? Because everything it's a chain reaction. We all intertwine, right? Something I do here could affect somebody, you know, like the butterfly effect could affect somebody out in Japan, right? So we're all intertwined. So it's your responsibility to check that person. I do the same thing. I stopped being cool with somebody because, you know, he was bumming it out and he was out here trying to have babies and stuff like he was having babies, getting women pregnant. I'm like, yo, you can't be doing that. You know what I mean? Check them. But we ain't cool no more because I can't move with somebody who moved like that because that's not who I am. But in this situation, you got to check women who's talking like this Gabrielle lady and talking like this lady in the video because it's going to affect you possibly down the line. You might not see it now, but it becomes cancerous. It affects this one and this one and this one and this one, and it comes back around. Then you get this whole thing of now men don't want to even marry women anymore, and women don't give a shit about men. And now we just at odds, and no relationship can last because we're putting out videos talking about, one day I just got up and I was just tired of this person and I left, and then somebody in the comments is applauding it, saying that that's okay. Let me blow this out. I keep forgetting about that. Saying that that's okay. Like, no, it's not okay. You need to check it because if it doesn't affect you directly, you know who it might affect? It might affect your kid, the kid you have. And if it affects your kid and then your kid grows up and is going through heartbreak after heartbreak and can't find a mate and all of this stuff, there's no good candidates, that's going to hurt you as a parent to see your kid go through that. So you have to check these behaviors from men who acting crazy and from women who acting crazy. Males, you got to check men straight up. You know what I'm saying? You got to check men. And ladies, you got to check the ladies. We have to do it. If we don't do it, it's going to get worse. It could come back and affect you, or it is just going to come back and it's going to affect your kid, which is going to affect you in a sense. So, yeah, this type of behavior is a no-go. It's a no-go. I'm going to play that video one more time for the people who coming in. Listen to this bullshit.
See absolutely no wrong.
Hold up. I'm going to play it from the beginning. There we go.
Is it just me, or you be talking to somebody or even dating somebody, right?
Shit.
And be so in love, like just love this motherfucker. See absolutely no wrong in them. Just love them. Then one day you're just like, I don't like you no more. We could be having a good day. And I just be like, I don't like you no more. I don't like the person you are. I don't like the way you move. I don't like the way you think. I just don't like you. So I want to leave. Just like that. Like, I want to go. I don't want to talk anymore. Is that just me? Is it just?
And she said it like she was just so proud of it. And like I said, the bullshit that this other person put, where is that? Can I find it? Where's she at? I'm gonna read it again for the people who came in. The fact that men do not get, understand, refuse to comprehend this is a red flag on its own. Ladies, they are so egotistical that they can't understand. Well, she's supposed to put that, but that they can't understand that they may have a personality that just isn't likable. So, then she further says, what she says. She further says that men change up their behavior and that's why it gets this way. This girl in this video, this is what I'm saying. You got to check this type of behavior. Ladies need to check the other ladies. This type of this what she said, that girl in the video did not say anything about the man's behavior changing and then she just got tired of him. That would have been more understandable. She's clearly saying, you ever just been all in love and everything, and then one day you just like, I don't like you no more. Like a flip of a switch. I don't like you anymore. Like, what? That's crazy. You know what I mean? And then even if she do feel like that, don't put that shit out there. Because now people, they, for one, sometimes, you know, emotionally, y'all just go through shit, right? So the time you're going through something, now you think, oh, I don't like them. And then because these other women were saying the same thing. You know what? I'm just not going to work on a relationship. I'm just going to leave. That's corny. You know what I'm saying? That's hurting everybody. That literally hurts everybody. It don't just hurt that person. It's a chain reaction. That man is going to be damaged. He gonna hurt somebody else. And then the person he hurt, she gonna hurt somebody else. And this is how we got to this. So shit can't go unchecked anymore. We checking 2025 and out. We checking shit like this. So yeah, make sure y'all doing that. I think I'm gonna end it right here. I've been going for about 45 minutes and I'm sleepy as hell. That's why I started this early. But yeah. Tell me what y'all think in the comments if y'all made this far. I appreciate y'all watching again. Share with somebody. Let them see that, look, this is some bullshit right here. Send it to your homegirl who talk like that. Send it to her. All right. Peace.